subscribe and hit that bell.
So, Terrence Crawford responds via Twitter and YouTube goes crazy. Man, for this sake, I hope that this is really something genuine because if it isn't, once again, the banana in the tailpipe, and the more reporting channels do on this, right? And the more the fight does not happen, it devalues the fight. Like, when are y'all going to learn that, man? Like, another thing too, right? I want y'all to like really focus in on why are they delaying to announce the fight, right? Wouldn't you want to announce the fight so that you can promote the fight, especially if the narratives that have been driven about this fight time and time and time again, that is the biggest fight in boxing? Would you want to get on top of the promotion, right? Wouldn't you? But this only breaks on YouTube, man. It's crazy. It's crazy because you know why most YouTube content creators slash boxing reporters don't really have concrete sources. They go off of tweets. So it's alleged that Bud Crawford responded with a winking emoji, and now the videos are going to start coming out that him and Earl is locked in the fight, but yet no official announcement has been made. You know, it's just crazy though, man. Like, I'm gonna tell you, to be honest with you, right? Yeah, they clown you too, bro. Like the people that really run this stuff, man, they sit back and they laugh at YouTubers, right? They put like little like droplets of pellets, right? Just to see who's gonna bite on it, right? Not only that, then they sit back and laugh because they're like, look at this, man. Look how thirsty they are. They treat YouTubers like guinea pigs, man. Real talk, man. Real talk, man. And the YouTubers are like so lost with it. It's like, how many years, right? Years. You heard what I said, plural, not year. Years have YouTube content creators, quote unquote boxing insiders, been wrong when it came to Spence Crawford fighting. When it's going to be announced. What has that done though? Look, ask what has that done? Devalued the fight. There's no money for the fight. Piracy with the pay-per-view buying and all that. Let's be realistic. We have to be realistic with the numbers when it comes to the fight. Come on, man. These guys are both on their back nine now. They both on their back nine, man. It's sad, and the longer they wait, we're just gonna get another Mayweather Pacquiao. If that makes any sense to you, a piece of meat that has been overcooked. Boy, Spence just turned 33. Bud is 35. How long have we been building this fight up? Like, shout out to my man Stone Bone, man. Stone Bone is Team Crawford, man. Me and my guy get it in. He was in agreement with me, man. They should have been on a trilogy. They should have been on a trilogy, man. But we still speculating off of tweets when they're actually going to fight. Crazy, but that's just the YouTube boxing community. You see, you hear guys talking, right? I'm gonna tell you some real gems right here. You hear guys always talking about boycotting fights, right? No, boycott putting out bogus, thirsty news. See, the more you speculate on stuff that's not official, the more you water it down. The more you water it down. So now, because of Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence with their subliminal decoder tweets, all of a sudden they're going to be fighting. They should have been for it, man. They should have been for it. The young boys is beating down the door. Salute to my brother Al Money with the $2 super stick. Appreciate you, my guy. Love is love. Yes, Zaga. Shout out to Big Blunts in the building. Mark Nash. Yes, y'all. I will be on deck next week. Oklahoma. Got to get used to the time zone. Yeah, around this time next week, I will be in Oklahoma. Salute to the team, nephew, and all that. You know, I figured I was going to be sitting this one out. You know, I like the no. I'm not even going to bash Oklahoma Tulsa. Never been there. We'll be there next week. You know, but I like the big cities. You know, I'm not saying Tulsa's not a big city. I like Vegas and stuff like that. But shout out to Tulsa. Can't wait to see you. You know, how was the food? You heard? But man, hopefully something does come from this, man. Because like I said, you're gonna see countless videos. Me personally, I'm not doing a video on it, man. I wouldn't do a video on it if they paid me. Because it's like when you do videos on stuff that's not concrete, it's like and so many channels do it, man. It's like you really kill your integrity. You know what I'm saying? Like you just look like a thirst bust to me, man. Like if it's not official, if you don't got it like sometimes you can get official official insight information, right? Like whenever I see certain channels speak on stuff, right? I look at the channel first, right? Now when it comes to Bud Crawford, right? Who on YouTube would you say is really Team Crawford, right? Bernie the Boxer, that's a blogger slash, Bernie the Boxer. So that is somebody you should actually lean towards when it comes to information coming out from that side of the camp. Earl Spence, on the other hand, who on YouTube is actually affiliated with Earl Spence? Nobody. You have a whole bunch of super Earl Spence fan channels that what do? They speculate. They speculate because in Earl Spence inner circle, right? His team. Who is a YouTuber? Who is a blogger? Nobody. So most of you YouTube channels that report on Earl Spence, check this gem, check this source that I'm giving you. Where do you guys get your information from? Twitter. It's Instagram posts. Is that concrete information or is that assumption? It's assumption. So once again, off of Terrence Crawford's response to a couple of bloggers, YouTubers, off of Earl Spence's tweets, the narrative is already being pushed that the fight is in June. Add to that the Spectrum leaking of uh, Cablevision, a Cablevision schedule. So this is what we are basing that the fight is happening off of. Not like I said, not Bernie the Boxer, who was Team Crawford coming out saying anything. Not a Team Spence representative saying anything, but off of tweets, a wink response to a couple of YouTubers, and a Spectrum cable schedule. Hopefully, we do get the fight, man. If not, I'm just gonna say it's gonna be not even disheartening, man. Only thing it's gonna do is just kill their momentum once again. Because, like I said, the youngins, the guys coming up after them, are mixing it up, man. They are getting it in. and it's just getting sad. It's getting sad, you know. And unfortunately, it's like I said, man, it's killing the fight, man. It's killing the fight, man. But hopefully this does they do drop the date. You know what I'm saying? But look, we're going into the last week of March, right? Yeah, bring Don King back, man. Bring Don King back. If Don King was the actual promoter of this fight, do you think now only ones that can answer this is real, historians, right? Real like not none of you went behind the ear Similac boxing fans. I'm talking about like old school boxing fans, historians that really, know the sport. If Don King was promoting this fight, right? And Don has put on some of the biggest, in history with guaranteed purses. You can look this up for yourself. A lot of these fighters aren't even getting nowhere close to the purses that they was getting back then with Don. And we're supposed to boxing is supposed to be thriving. That's a whole nother live stream. But do you think Don King, this fight is gonna happen in June, right? According to reports that are being speculated, right? Next week is April 1st. April, May, June. 3 months. So 3 months time, right? Is enough time to promote the biggest fight in boxing? Or are they setting the biggest fight up in boxing not to really be the biggest fight in boxing? Hopefully y'all are catching the sauce, man. Hopefully y'all are catching the sauce. Because normally when a fight of this magnitude, but that's another thing. Is this fight as big as they claim it to be? Because think about it. Where is all of the rah-rah, the hype coming from? Is it coming from the actual industry or is it coming from YouTube? And we all know, some of us know that YouTube, when it comes to boxing, really doesn't move the needle. Mark Nash says 3 months is more than enough time. Is it, Mark? Is it? Is it? Are you sure? 3 months for the biggest fight in boxing? I don't know, Mark. Is this if this is the biggest fight in boxing? 3 months to promote a fight of that magnitude? When Floyd Mayweather, aka Mr. Robbing the Bank, right? When he did his last Conor McGregor, how many months did they promote that? They went on like a world tour. A world tour. So do you think, since you said 3 months is enough time, in comparison, right? You feel that the McGregor Mayweather card was a bigger fight than Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford for undisputed at welterweight? Hell yeah, they've been building it for years. Have they been building it, Mark? That's another question. Have they been building it? I don't even think they've been building it because you have the promoters, the people that's cutting the checks, saying that the money wasn't there for the fight. So if you were building something, the money should have been there. That's a whole nother story too. See, I can go in real deep, man, but I just I don't have the energy for that, man, no more. I just like to just sit back and laugh now. You know what I'm saying? I just sit back and laugh. I love to enjoy the circus because that's what YouTube is to me. It's a circus, man. It's a straight circus. Like I see what these guys do now, man. They really like the powers that be. I'm telling you, the YouTubers, the content creators, we're the guinea pigs, man. They have fun with us, bro. They have fun with us. They send out their little agents because it's a lot of agents on YouTube that secretly work with different entities and stuff. And then they sit back, the powers that be, smoking cigars and donning whatever expensive taste that they like, and they laugh.
Yo, they laugh. They sit back and laugh, man. They laugh, man. And then on occasions they come out and they expose it. Like you see how a couple weeks ago at the Tank Davis Ryan Garcia press conference when Steven Espinoza, De La Hoya, Bernard Hopkins, uh, well, not Bernard. I mean, not De La Hoya. Bernard, Leonard, and Steven Espinoza all was together, right? Laughing at the expense of the YouTubers, laughing at the expense of everybody that's on social media that sits up here and argues, right? I tell you these guys. I tell you guys this shit all the time, right? You guys that sit up here and argue over top rank Toby and PBC and this, that, and the third. And I told y'all, all these guys get money together. But yet the stupid fans, part of my French, the stupid fans that sit here and debate this side of the street, that side. Ain't no sides of the street, man. It's all about green. It's all about the mighty dollar. It's just the fans that don't know nothing, that are deaf, dumb, and blind, that just go off of narratives. Because when the business is right, these dudes get money together, man. For years, Don King and Bob Arum hated each other. But how many fights did they put on together when the money was right? Wasn't one of their biggest blockbuster fights, modern time, Trinidad De La Hoya? You remember that? That was Don and I started to call him Al for a second. That was Don and Bob working together, sworn enemies. They was like Mortal Kombat. Remember Scorpio and Sub Zero, sworn enemies. But what they do? They got it together when the green was right. That's boxing, man. But you can't tell these stupid fans that. And part of my friends for saying that because the typical boxing fan is stupid. They are. They sit here and debate about fights that aren't happening. They debate about a lot of stuff that they don't know. Like right now, hot topic is Frank Martin, right? I see a lot of channels, right, on YouTube speaking on Frank Martin like he's a killer. Um, in all actuality, he is a 28-year-old prospect. They want you got channels going extra hard talking about because his quote unquote promoter that was not willing to put up any money for the fight, which a promoter is supposed to do, called out Shakur Stevenson, a champion, a two division champion, when another young prospect called out Frank. But you got guys on here debating and arguing that Frank deserves the shot, not Keyshawn Davis. Well, what has Frank actually done to get a title shot when on quote unquote his side of the street they are still moving him with training wheels? You have guys over there that he could have possibly fought to even put himself in position for that, a la Isaac Cruz. Who else is over there? You had I think he moved up now, but you had Rowley. You had all these guys that actually fought quote unquote champions in the Tank Davis. These are the fights that Frank Martin should have had to put himself in position to even call out a champion. But yeah, he fights a Michelle Rivera, aka the Ali, a guy who another hype job, if you ask me. Because how are you that skilled of a fighter? And this is for boxing minds, coaches, guys that know a little something about this sweet science. How are you a quote unquote prospect, a blue chipper? I'm gonna say blue chipper, but you fight a southpaw and Frank Martin, and you look confused. That's amateur stuff. But hey, what do I know? What do I know? But yes, so that probably is Frank Martin's biggest um career fight win. Because when he fought what was his name? Jackson Meringuez. Hopefully I said that right. The guy that Rolly fought, I think Rolly fought him. Uh Rolly got a controversy victory over him. Richard Comey steamrolled him. But yet Frank Martin stopped him. But Frank Martin didn't look like the creme de la creme against him. But this is the guy that you are saying should be in the, and you see people debating this, that he should be in the category with the four kings, with the Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis, Devin Haney, and Shakur Stevenson. But what has he actually done? He said Mayweather McGregor was announced mid-June and they fought in mid-August, bro. Are you sure? Are you sure about that, Mark Nash? You don't remember them hyping that fight up for a while? They might have went on their press tour. Mark Nash. I was in Vegas for that fight. They might have went on their press tour because remember they if you're saying that, Mark Nash, I'm gonna tell you they came to the Barclays Center. They did like a world tour press conference. They did a presser at the Barclays Center. They did one in London. Um, they might have did one in Vegas too, but I definitely know the Barclays Center. The Barclays Center was flooded, like it was a fight, an actual fight, and all it was a press conference. He says I just Googled it. But how long was the fight actually built up that you know they was gonna fight? Not like this. Like, do we actually know Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford was gonna fight, or are we still speculating? Are we still speculating? Because not for nothing, right? Um, in order for them to actually that be the next fight, right? And I want y'all to catch this too, right? They did one in Canada too. Thank you, Mark Nash, for that information. Salute to Mark Nash. But I want y'all to catch this, right? Before we get too excited, right? In order for Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford to be the next fight, doesn't Alexis Roker have to be taken care of, right? We just skipped over that, right? Has there been any mention of that yet? That Alexis Roker took step aside money? See, we're just speculating off of tweets. Remember that was put out there that well Crawford and them had to do something, right? What did they have to do? I don't really know too much about boxing, but didn't they have to do something? Wasn't they gonna go to first bid or something, right? But yeah, we just forgot all about that. And there has been no reporting on that, right? Has there been any reporting on that Alexis Roker just say, you know what, I'm gonna let you and Earl Spence fight. Just compensate me, and I get a shot at the winner. Has that been agreed to or no? Or they just, we're just going with the tweets, what was put out there on Twitter. Is that it? What's up? Quiet minds want to know, man. 'Cause I think that's how the business works, though, right? I could be wrong, though, man. I could be wrong. Like I said, I'm just a team member slash blogger. I could be wrong, but wasn't Alexis Roca ordered? Wasn't they ordered to do something with him? So we just forgot all about him because of some tweets. I don't know, man. Stranger stuff has happened, man. Stranger things have happened, man. You know. I appreciate y'all vibing and listening to me, man. Cause like when it comes to this boxing stuff, man, I'm not one of the most viewed bloggers, man. You heard? I'm not one of the most viewed bloggers. I think that's the precipitation too. Precipitation. Did I say that right? You know, when it comes to YouTube and blogging, I think people believe that actual views, right? I think people think that actual views and your audience size actually defines whether you know a thing or two, right? Is that true? You hear me talking my stuff, man? It's time to clock out. I'm just getting all my stuff together. It's time to clock out, man. The weather got nice too, man. I'll probably shoot down to the gym a little later. I might go live again for y'all down there, man. I might go live again for y'all in the gym. I know. Salute to the people that be hitting me up behind the scenes. They like that. They see how the gym was looking yesterday. You see how yesterday I baited y'all in? with the thumbnail. See, I'm learning. I said how the boys flop. They did lay an egg, but I just did that just to show y'all. Yeah, we laid an egg, but look how many more soldiers is coming. Look how many more soldiers are coming. We got a whole gym full. Another pro fighter fighting, I believe, May 17th at the Paramount. Heavyweight. Man, the sun is out, man. Yeah, what's that weather like in the Midwest over there, man? For those of y'all that know anything about Oklahoma, do I need to bring my winter jacket? Will I be good with a couple of Nike hoodies and like the jumpsuits, or should I break out the winter jacket? Will it still be some snow and stuff over there? You ain't got to worry about the boots. I'm a New Yorker. I definitely have some Tims, some LeBrons and Jordans and things of that nature. But do I need the winter coat, man? Or will I be good with a couple of Jumpman jumpers? I gotta look it up because I'm not trying to go out there and get sick, man. I mean, no, I know it ain't no. I like the. That's why I said, yo, we some yard men. I like the tropical environment. Tour was 4 days in a row. Yeah, they want hard, Mark Nash. I was at the Barclays Center. The Bark, yo, the only other person to have it like that is King Canelo. Canelo Alvarez, when he did his when he first fought at the Madison Square Garden, yo, he had yeah, I'll never forget. That's what I knew. I knew there was a lot of Mexicans in New York, but I never seen that many in Manhattan like that. They had the weigh-in. This is pre-COVID. They had Canelo Alvarez when he fought Rocky Fielding. I got a dope interview with Bernard Hopkins that day, right out in front of the Madison Square Garden. But they had the open um weigh-in at Madison Square Garden. Yeah, when I tell you Canelo Alvarez had every bit of 17,000 people in Madison Square Garden for a free weigh-in like it was a Knick game. I've never seen nothing like that. Never. Never seen nothing like that. Tevin Farmer fought on that undercard as well. I remember interviewing Tevin back at the hotel and all that, kicking it with Tevin. It was good seeing him. 'Cause that's around the time when Tevin had came up. Tevin had came up. You said that's a good question, Mark, man. I don't think they did. Remember, Ricky Hatton just bought the whole UK over here. I don't think they had a I don't think they had a what's the name? I don't think they had a tour. I remember him having the whole he had the whole UK with him. Have a good night, man. Have a good one. No, Mayweather won too. Manchester. Yeah, that was a big fight too. Yeah, remember he made Ricky Hatton run into the turnbuckle. Ricky Hatton did the turnbuckle. And one thing about Floyd knew how to exploit fan bases. Whether it was the Mexican or he would get like and I don't want this to sound racial, but he got Ricky Hatton, who was the great white hype, so that knowing Ricky Hatton was like another rest in peace to the great Arturo Gotti. You know, he fought fighters that had fan bases. That their fans was gonna come out and support them, a la Conor McGregor. You know, Conor McGregor. Man, they got nice out here, man. Starting to feel like spring. It's spring again. And you know what's crazy? Last Tuesday it snowed. Last Tuesday it snowed. You would not know that. We had a little snowstorm last Tuesday. Right now it's hoodie weather, man. I literally got on my hoodie right now. This morning I came into work, it was tight brisk. See, you can tell I work with a lot of the Caucasian guys because their vocabulary jumps on me. Brisk. It's kind of brisk. Oh man, let me jump in the ride. Take my ride. Right, I am in the vehicle. Let me get to some more of your comment, Mark Nash. De La Hoya Mayweather did 11 shit. Yeah, remember, not for nothing, Mark Nash. That was one of the highest pay per views too, right? At the time, Mayweather, they broke all kind of records, man. That's when it was the changing of the guard. Remember, after Floyd beat him, that's when he became Money Mayweather. It was the changing of the guard, man. Remember, De La Hoya was the man, bro. And still after that, De La Hoya was still the man because you gotta remember this. Remember, and they're business partners to this day. Bernard Hopkins got his biggest payday fighting De La Hoya. Biggest payday, man. February 20th. Thanks, Mark Nash. Yeah, they turned it up. February 20th, New York, February 20th, Philly. See, that's real promoting right there. That's promoting, man. They don't do it like that no more, though, Mark Nash. That's why the numbers be so low. That's real promoting right there, man. That's promoting right there. You know how much exposure you get? That's what that's real promoting. But like I said, that's some old Don King type ish, man. Like Don King used to have these fighters at the malls. He used to turn up, man. That's how you promote. But I know y'all gonna say that's the dinosaur era. Now everything is social media. But see, is it really social media? Because like I said earlier, social media is like smoke and mirrors, man. Because everybody knows social media. You could dupe the stats. Like you could pay for views, pay for subscribers, pay for all of that. Like that's not actual promoting, you know. And I think that's what really happened too, because not for nothing, that's why the industry right now they started leaning away from YouTube because in the beginning they was running with the YouTubers like that, but then the YouTubers wasn't adding up, man. Like they was messing with these so-called big time affiliate channels, right? Now I'm speaking on the media tip, right? Because I remember I was in the trenches, right? They was giving like credentials to a lot of these so-called big channels that had all of these subscribers, right? Come to find out, and I think I was talking with, so I'm not going to disclose the person's name, but I was talking to somebody last night about this, right? And I was like, you see how I was like, I might go live, I might have 10 people max, right? But I was like, pay attention. I said, whatever I speak on, right? I was like, look at the time that I speak on it and how it spins off, right? I was like, now you go to a channel that has hundreds of thousands of subscribers, right? I said, yo, they might have 400 people in there. I said, that don't even make sense. I said, so that's why when I look at my numbers, I'm like, yo, I'm good because those are what we like to call authentic, right? Authentic. Now, when you got a super channel that has tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, but yet when they go live, they're doing 200, 300, 400. They're not even cracking 1,000. That's kind of crazy. You're not adding up. You're not adding up. You know why you're not adding up? Because your actual numbers aren't authentic. If that makes any sense. See, Mark Nash said it too. No, they depend on the internet, and the internet steals fights. Yeah, that's why. They knew that. That's why they was pumping the brakes, right? So they got, well, yo, when it comes down to it, right? These networks aren't dumb. They have research teams, bro. They have actual research team, people that do the work. That's why you see why they made. Yeah, I'm gonna give y'all some real gems right here. You see why they made the Tank Garcia fight so fast? Because their actual social media fan base and what's the name also helped this out, Jake Paul. But Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis's actual social media fan base really support them and rock with them. Whereas Earl Spence's and Terrence Crawford's social media fan base, and this is no diss to them, they know they do not support, really. It is what it is. They know that Earl Spence's and Terrence Crawford's fan base don't support, really. And thank you for bringing that up, Mark Nash. You sounded like the great Rick Glazier. Motherfucker, I stole it. They steal. They steal. Not only do they steal, right? They have fake numbers. They also know that a lot of the Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford, quote unquote, YouTube internet supporters are in it for themselves. They are AKA what I like to call Bernie Madoffs. They are all about super chatting, uh, what do y'all call it? Clickbaiting. They know that. That is another reason why the quote unquote biggest fight in boxing is taking so long to be made. Because their actual fan base, the ones that talk about them day in and day out, do not really support boxing. And if you want to take it even a step further, right? How many of these guys, these Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford fans, supporters that on the internet actually attend fights? How many of them actually attended a Terrence Crawford or Earl Spence fight? That's another whole topic of the conversation. Thank you. See, Mark Nash, Mark Nash, you are hands on. I follow your channel. I support your channel, and you've been in the field. I've seen your work. You covered events live on deck in the A via Tank Davis fights, and so you know the game. You know the grind. A lot of these other guys don't know that. They're not there. And the powers that be understand that and know that now. They know that. Like I said, some of the biggest YouTube channels, quote unquote, supposedly, allegedly, we gotta say, YouTube channels do not actually cover boxing events, let alone been to, like, yeah. How many fights has Earl Spence had? Over 20, right? I guarantee you, some of these so-called super Earl Spence supporting channels, out of his 20-something fights, you combine some of these channels, they haven't been to 10 of his fights, let alone one. Let alone one. But yet, they talk about him every day. And the same can be said for Bud Crawford. So, that's a whole nother video. A whole nother live I can spin off to and do. For real. Like these guys talk about these fighters daily. Some do multiple videos on these guys. But do they actually have they actually been to multiple fights of these guys? No. No. And that's the real support. I know these guys that say, "Oh, I buy their pay-per-views." Do you? I don't believe so. Because contrary to what was being reported, right? Earl Spence is not the big pay-per-view star that they claim him to be. And I'm going to tell you why. And the proof is in the networks. If he was the big pay-per-view star that they claim he was, right? Fox, PBC will still be thriving. Not only that, he would have fought, man. He's been out the ring. April will be a whole year. He only did one pay-per-view last year. Tank Davis is on his third in a 12-month span. It's going to be less than, yo, listen, Tank Davis ran the gauntlet, right? If he fights that fight, nothing happens, no injuries, because, knock on wood, anything can happen. But no injuries, and they make it to the scales April 21st, yo, that'd be 11 months. An 11-month span that Tank Davis has done 3 pay-per-views. 3. That's crazy, man. So who do you really think is doing the numbers? I know they report on Tank Davis's numbers, right? And supposedly Earl Spencer's numbers is bigger. But why he's not fighting if his numbers are bigger? Why are the networks pushing Tank Davis? These are real questions, man. These are real questions. Earl Spencer's the big fish, the big draw. But yet Tank Davis is on his third pay-per-view in 11 months. And you can't say it's the opponents because, listen, the first pay-per-view he did was with Rolly. The second one he did was with Hector Garcia. These aren't headliner type of opponents, you know? But yet the networks was backing him for pay-per-view action. That's crazy. He said, Mark Nash, let me read your comment. See, I'm driving. My earbuds died, man. So it's kind of hard for me to look. I don't want to run into nothing. But he said they can't box, don't go to fights, don't buy pay-per-views, don't interviews, aren't any camps, don't have any industry relationships, but they have all the yeah. You are exactly right, Mark. But see, I'm glad you're saying that because when I say it, oh, you're a hater. You're jealous. You don't do views, so you're mad. Mad about what? Listen, like I said, next week I will be in Oklahoma. I will be at a top rank. Like I can't listen. I kind of take a back seat now, man. I really do, man. I really do. Like I used to go so hard, right? Now it's like I just like covering my family's fights, man. And I was gonna sit this one out. I really was. I didn't have. You can ask my man WCS. WCS was like, "Yo, Sean, you good?" I was like, "Nah, I just got back to work. I don't. I gotta build up my time." But then my brother hits me up, and I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta work. But I was gonna sit this one out. I get tired sometimes, man. You figure we had September, December. Listen. For those that really cover fights, they know what I'm talking about. When you actually work in a fight week, that's a lot of work goes into that, man. A lot of work, especially if you do actual content. When I say content, look what Mark Nash says: interviews, photography, and all that. And you don't have a team. Like if you have a team, right? Like shout out to Mikey Williams and these like the Ak and Baraks. Who else? Like some even the dude, man. I always thought he was from London. Radio Raheem. Like these guys have shout out to Ness, the boxing world. These guys have a team, so they have other people that they delegate out jobs. But when you are a lone wolf, a one man army, and you're taking your own pictures, you're editing your photos, you're doing your own interviews. It's a lot. A lot goes into that, man. And salute to the ones that know what I'm talking about, man. That's why I no disrespect or nothing. Like I laugh at dudes that just sit on the internet and do this and think they actually are official. I laugh. I'll be like, yo, you have no idea. You have no idea. Derrick James voice. You have no idea. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna tell you true stories. Mark Nash could relate to this. Just said you cover one. Like listen, just covering one event, right? And you know, a fight week, right? Real talk. If you cover an actual whole fight week, right? There's more than one event. You have the press conference, you have the media workout, you have the weigh-in, then you have the actual fight night. That's four separate events. That's four events where you, 9 times out of 10 you're taking pictures, you're doing interviews, you're doing everything. And that's not even including the actual hotel. Now, when you're at the hotel and you have the privilege of staying at the fighter's hotel, you're still getting content then. You know, you're seeing team members, coaches, like I said, team members. So you're constantly working. And then you gotta edit those photos. You gotta spice up your interviews, all that. Like, see, now I understand all that. When I first was running around here doing it with my phone, I understood it then, but I was like, you know what? I don't got time for this because it's too much. It's too much, man. But the moment I started upgrading my equipment, and shout out to the ones that know what I'm talking about with the photography and all that. But I have a team now, man. Shout out to Ron. Ron is part of the Team Tucker Media team. Shout out to all of the other affiliates that's down with the team. See, teamwork makes the dream work, man. I have official comrades, I call them, man. Comrades in the field, man. We share information. Shout out to Champ Five. Like I like if I know I can't cover an event, I will make certain phone calls behind the scenes, and I'll be like, such and such, I'm not gonna be able to cover this event, because like one thing about this industry, with certain people, they are official. You also have people in this industry that aren't official, that are snakes and weasels, but it's a lot of people that are official. So the ones that are official, they know, like first and foremost, I'm a father. So it's like sometimes I can't cover these events because the ones that know me from being in the field, I used to always, and I still to this day, I have my kids with me. But sometimes I can't have them with me and I can't cover the event. But the people that I am tied in with, they understand that and they respect that. So I'll be like, listen, I can't cover this event, but such and such is going to go. And they be like, okay, what is his name? Give him his name. His name is on the bill. He's allowed to go cover the event. That's what you see happening. Man, tell him Mark Nash. See, Mark Nash knows that's frontline media stuff. Yes, have backup cameras, have backup batteries, all that, man. It's real in the field, man. It be real in the field. That's why, like a lot of my content I get now, it be so easy because, like I said, I'm Team Tucker official now. But I remember when I first started out, I was like a black sheep, especially after those people over there try to throw dirt on my name and was hating on me. You heard? Well, look how that turned out. But when they try to like blackball me and throw dirt on my name and I wasn't getting access. I'm gonna tell you one thing about this, right? Especially my backyard in New York. You can throw dirt on my name all you want to your company and your kind, but when it comes to my backyard, the Barclays Center, the Garden, the hotels that y'all stay at, I'm gonna always shine because I am who I am in real life, and people actually really know me. You know what I'm saying? That's why that was always my moniker, UGK. You can never erase who I am, who I was, or what I am. You know, and WCS could attest to this. Like I never needed credentials. I can get a nosebleed seat at any arena in the tri-state area and make it to the floor. Trust and believe that. I can listen. And this is before I became the media marketing agent. I could get a nosebleed seat, right? And look at my catalog. I got interviews with Edgar Berlanga in Philadelphia. I didn't have the best seat, right? Shout out to my man June and Al. Yeah, we wrote them. Those are some good. Shout out to my Boricua brothers, my Puerto Rican brothers, man. Yeah, they picked me up from the. I took the train to Newark because they down there in man. We made it down to the floor, yeah, through my connections. Another time, but this is when we was lit. Shout out to Tevin Former. Tevin Former took care of us. We had 6 media credentials for his homecoming fight on a Friday night. Great times in the field. Let me give my wife this sandwich. I know she would enjoy it. I just pulled up to the castle. Guess they have my dog tied up to the gate. I see the leash out there. Here. You got your fake ponytail in? Here. Got a surprise for you. You have this. You can also have this. All right. Where's Messiah? I got a surprise for her as well. Did they do their homework? And I got this for them. Where's that? Daff, you no 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 no. All right, go outside, Daff. Go outside. Doing ran out the side of the door. Said you want food, y'all. Okay. Okay. Messiah! Messiah! Come here. I have a surprise for you. Here. Huh?
Everything in the.
Get give this to yeah, I say good, good, thank you.
Look at the freezer. We packed it so nicely. That's
Okay.
it.
Let me see.
You don't need to go shopping.
I know, mommy already told. Oh, yeah, that's very good. Nice. Nice. Yes, good, thank you. I appreciate
And we
it.
also have more chicken.
Good. Great. And I'm gonna sit outside since it's night. Did y'all check the mail? They run downstairs. You know, their little cousin rents the my brother-in-law, they rent the basement apartments. I'll tell you something, man. What's the biggie line? Now I mean when I had tenants that wasn't family, it was sweeter. When you have family members, in-laws that are oh you got your Pac-Man sweats on? See how I picked those out? Those are fly. Come on, man, put some shoes on. But yeah, remember the Biggie line from Faircraft Commandments? Yo, Biggie said, money and blood don't mix like two dicks and no bitch. Find yourself in serious shit. That's what it's like, man. When you have a tenant that is actually um that is actually not blood related, you don't never have a problem with your rent, right? When you have a tenant, here it is right here. You got a package? Yeah, that's the size right here. Bring it downstairs. Yeah, here.
There's more on the way.
All
About
right.
7 or 8 stops.
Okay, go. Yeah, but when you have a tenant, right, that is a family member, right? They tend, they tend to be late with the rent. Uh, but I need to really get like, I really, and now they got a, she just turned 1. She's a little over 1, but they got a newborn, so they really try to bleed it dry. But sometimes I need to be like a dictator landlord, like, yo, I'll put your shit to the curb. Nah, right? Nah, you can't be like that, man. Karma will come back on you. Karma will come back on you. Oh man. Karma, karma will come back on you. If you do foul stuff like that, man, I mean, tonight is Wednesday. You know what that means, right? Well, I'm about to watch the Fire Stick now. I don't wait to I forget what time it comes on, but I watch the Wu-Tang joint early. That way I don't have to. I can really unwind and watch Snowfall. But tonight is Snowfall and the Wu Tang. Wu-Tang series is type good this season, man. I mean it, yo, and not for nothing. Watching it, it brings up a lot of memories, man. Especially with Old Dirty. Shout out to Russell Jones, cousin Russ. A lot of memories, man. You know that, yo, and for those of y'all that follow, I know I'm switching topics a little bit, but for those of y'all that follow the Wu Tang saga, man, it's bringing up mad memories. Like that's how they really fell apart. Cause you got to remember the first season, how they all was like, they really wasn't. A lot of them are cousins, right? RZA, Jizza, and Dirk McGurk. They're all related, and as well as Devon. But now you're starting to see how like um they all started going their separate ways. Cause how you doing? All right. Um, that was my neighbor speaking to my neighbor. I'm bringing my garbage out. Earl, tomorrow's garbage day, Thursday. But you're starting to see how they all had their own type crews, man. That's what happened, man. I remember that because one of my family members, he used to fuck with Ghostface. He used to go on tour with Ghostface. And that's how it would be like, yo, they were really getting the beefs amongst each other because everybody had their own crew, yo. It was hectic, man. Yeah, it was real hectic, man. Can you imagine that, yo? Like they go on tour, right? I'm telling you, the series is cool, but it ain't really showing you like all of it, man. The intricate part. Because these dudes used to go on tour, right? Um, I'm gonna share a real gem with y'all. They really didn't like Method Man. Method Man is from around my way. Method Man is from Long Island, Hempstead, right? A lot of the Wu members, he used to live in Staten Island too, but he wasn't born and raised in Staten Island. He was out here. So a lot of them, like you God, different members of the yo, it's crazy, man. They had egos, bro. But these dudes would have go on tours and do shows, and they didn't even want to be on the same bus with each other. Like it was, yeah, crazy. The gods, the Wu gods. What the hell they put in this garbage, man? This one is kind of heavy, man. See, I like, yo, I ain't gonna front. I still got my work boots on. That's why you hear me out here putting in that work. Cause once I take these old heavy steel toe joints off, I be in boxing mode, man. I might throw on my champion slippers and some sweats and go hit the gym up. You see how I styled my daughter up? I should have showed her on camera. We went shopping this past weekend and I put her on. She had on the she had on the I picked out some Pac-Man sweats for her. I was like, yeah, you don't know how to, yeah, I'm putting you on the fashion. You know, your father's I'm a stylist too. So she had on the I guess she wore that to school today. She had on her Pac-Man uh sweats. So I was like, yo, this was the game back in the day. Oh man, I think that was the side door. Yeah, I came in through the front. That was a nice wind gust. Yeah, knew I heard the side door kick open. And you know what I got for dinner? You know what I'm about to put in the oven right now as we speak? Those of y'all that know, right? It was St. Patty's Day, right? So check the vibe, right? Yo, being that it was St. Patty's Day, you know, St. Patty's Day, Irish and everybody do the corned beef, the brisket. The St. Patty's Day, yo, the brisket goes down. I caught the steer yesterday. Yo, I got a four. Yo, this brisket. You seen this brisket? I'm about to season it up a little bit and then throw it in the oven. But I got damn near a 5 pound brisket for the Lizzie. Yes, for the love. So tomorrow, I will definitely be having a nice lunch. Oh yeah, they did that. They got the freezer. Shout out to my neighbor moved to North Carolina, and they couldn't fit their freezer, so they gave it to us, a nice deep freezer. I used to stock it with like a lot of uh a lot of my Caucasian, co-workers. They have land upstate, and they get that fresh venison, that deer meat. I used to stock the freezer with that. But listen, I got my hour in. I'm gonna shut it down now. Salute to Mark Nash, Big Blunts and Boxing. Everybody that came through, I appreciate the love and support. Shout out to Al Money, man, for the $2 super sticker. Big Blunts, if I'm forgetting anybody, love is love. Oh, shout out to Old School, Handpicked Waving, and Kid Austin, a YouTube fighter. Oh, man, he's getting that Kid Austin. I didn't see that, but yes, shout out to Al Money, man. Appreciate the $2. We're going to shut it down, man. Everybody be blessed. I'm going to get out these boots, these heavy monsters. Oh, look, just took them off, man. Your feet feel so much lighter when you come up out of those, man. Climbing in and out of a 10-wheeler. Like today, I got busy a little bit. Normally, I don't really get busy like that. But like I said, they had me laboring for a couple of days, so I'm really back in the groove of things. So today, I was jumping in and out the truck. We did a couple. Uh, I was with the special team elite, the tree guys. So we did some stump removals. So I was jumping in the back of the truck, getting busy. You know what I mean? Yes, man. Salute to everybody that came through and got some gems, man. Hopefully y'all took the gems and y'all apply it to y'all sauce, man. With that being said, Zaga, Yaga, Ahala. I still got them combinations, man. Don't get it twisted. Look, the sauce's hands are still official, like my nephews. Work, Chris, work, body. Nice, good body shot. Body shot, Chris. Good body shot. Yo, this is the real Mr. ESPN right here. You know the vibes. Yes. Yes.
We're missing a few members, but you already know Team Stay Strong.
Yeah.
Shout out my man Jackal.
Yes.
Big Apex in New York. My son right here.
Yes. Screw you. Yo, victory. It's a celebration.
Yeah.
Bitches. You know the vibes. Yeah. Yo, we in Vegas.
You know the fucking
Vegas. Yeah. Uncle Jay, cousin Mike.
Uncle Jay, cousin Mike.
You know the vibes.
Shout out ESPN, shout out Top Rank, shout out Alvina.
That's
shout
right.
out all my supporters, everybody, man. I love all y'all, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Screw you. Yeah. Look at the team. The team.
Like, subscribe, and hit that bell.